Virgo, you are special. So special that I recorded your whole video. And then, because I still don't have this whole TikTok down, it decided that it was going to do music instead of what I was saying to you as a message. And some of my beautiful Virgos probably were super frustrated in watching me just chat up your reading, hoping that I would just come on. And I didn't because, you know, TikTok decided, hey, let's go ahead and add music to this instead of her words when she's telling you something. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and do your reading. I realized I put away all your cards, so I have to bring them all out. And for your alignment messages, I'm going to do a different deck. You guys are probably going to have a longer video than most. I'm going to do this deck. You guys are just special, aren't you? You're special. You need to pay attention and have a little bit of sympathy for me since I'm doing your video a second time. All right, what are you meant to let go of on this full moon in Scorpio? What are you meant to let go of on this full moon in Scorpio, my beautiful Virgos? What are you meant to let go of so that you can make room for something? What are my Virgos meant to let go of? Okay, you guys threw a card. And as a channel, as a reader, when you throw a card, it's like an exclamation point. And I'm sure that you did this in the initial reading too. But this is what you're meant to let go of. And Source is saying love. Now, I'm going to say right now very clearly that all of my Virgos are dealing with the paradigm of choosing something because you love something. And Source is like, choosing something because you love something sometimes isn't enough. Love is one ingredient in many of the ingredients that are necessary for something to get off the table and become successful. Should it be a relationship? Should it be a career? Love is only one of the ingredients. If you're making a soup, the broth is only one ingredient. It may be the most important ingredient, but is only one ingredient. Consider love the same situation here. There is something in your life that you are holding on to simply because you love it. Because you love it. And Source is like, that is only one factor and one ingredient that cannot make this successful. Source is saying, what will make the thing that you really want to be successful? If love wasn't there, if you didn't have the love for it, how would you do differently in the situation or circumstance that we're talking about? And for each of you, this is going to be something different. And you know what it is, because you're hanging on to it because you love it. Okay, so this is what will come into your life if you let go of the thing that is losing its purpose in your life unless you do something purposeful, i.e., do the things that are necessary for it to be successful. All right, what will make its way into your life if you look at things from a different perspective of not just one ingredient and looking at what is necessary to have this become successful? Virgo? No, I need it to come out. I'm going to ask Source to send it out. Send it out, Source. Thank you. Okay. The light field. The light field. The number is the number 63. It's the number 9. 6 is the number of family. 3 is the number of creativity. And 9 is the completion number of spirituality. So Source is saying there's something here that you are meant to really take into consideration. Are you really doing everything that you're doing in your life for others, for your family? Or are you doing it because you're martyring yourself in some way. There seems to be a theme here going on, Virgo, about the messaging that I'm getting from Source is that you believe that you do everything for love and that that's enough. But that isn't enough. Source is saying the light field, that which is trying to make its way to you and enlighten you, is knowing that your intention for doing anything, what your heart is telling you the reason for doing something is really the truth. Because love isn't why you're doing it. You're doing it for a different reason. And it's trying to enlighten you to the real reason you're doing it. Would you do it for nothing? Would you do it for not getting love in return? Would you do it for not getting money in return? Would you do it if you weren't getting accolades in return? Would you still do it? And if so, how would you do it if you weren't receiving anything in return? Because that, my dear Virgo, is what's necessary in order for your life to materialize in a way that falls together the way it's supposed to. Source is saying to me, when was the last time you looked in the mirror and said, do I really want to do this? Is this what my heart really wants? Am I doing this for self-love, for bettering myself, for becoming a human that I like to look at in the mirror? Because Source is saying there's a lot of your life that you're doing to externalize or to get a level of acknowledgement externally. And Source is saying, how about if you were not going to receive love for what you're doing? You're not going to receive anything for the thing that you're doing. If you don't receive anything in return and you found yourself in exactly the same situation, would you still continue to do it exactly as you are doing it? Hopefully that is hitting. All right, let's find out what will bring you into alignment. Because the Source is telling me you're doing a lot of things out of obligation to receive something in return. Okay, so what will bring you into alignment? What will bring my Virgos into alignment? Send it out. Send it out, Source. Prosperity. You see? So there seems to be, okay, if you get this message, you are abundant in love, you're abundant in happiness, you're abundant in all of the feelings that you think an action is going to give you. Should it be happiness, joy, purpose, love? It lives inside of you already. You're just meant to let it come out, i.e., do things that will literally siphon out that which you are seeking externally to get from another, from a circumstance, from a person, from a situation. So Source is saying, when you look to do something with another human, ask yourself, am I doing this for them or am I doing this for me? And if you are doing it for them, be aware of it. And if you're doing it for you, how do you feel? How do you feel when you do things for yourself? Because a big thing that's coming through for my Virgos is that how often do you do things for just you, Virgo? Hopefully this helped, and I will talk to you soon.